How's it going, YouTube? This is Boiler Boy 14, but you can call me Brady. Today, we're going to be doing a gameplay review of Flashback Edinson Volquez. This card is a 78 overall. He has fantastic hits per 9, fantastic K per 9. He has some decent stamina. He has pretty terrible hits per 9. Pretty decent control, solid velocity, solid break, decent fielding. A lot of people are scared away by this walks per 9 rating, but you know, if you just go in here and you set up pure analog and you pitch that way, I'm gonna go ahead and warm up the bullpen because you always got to be safe. If things get out of hand, you want to be able to get into your bullpen and get yourself a win. But a lot of people are scared of that walks per 9, and there's no reason to be scared of that walks per 9. If you're going to use pure analog, you can control that walks per 9 yourself. It says he throws his fastball 93, but if you max out that analog, you can top out around 95 at the high part of the plate. You can top out around 94 everywhere else on the plate. His changeup has a lot of break. He's a devastating slider. The ball really seems to pop out of his hand on fastballs and makes him throw a lot harder. And we're going to take on this player. We are currently, I think, around an 1860 rating. And let's see how it goes. Let's lead off with a changeup to get started. You don't want to lead fastball because people expect that. There you go. He's looking fastball. We throw him a changeup. You see that 80-mile-an-hour changeup come off at a pretty solid rate. We're going to run that changeup inside. We'll throw him one more changeup to try to get this strikeout, hoping that he looks fastball after back-to-back changeups. He managed to get a piece of that one. Let's bring a slider high and inside, but in on the plate off of his hands a little bit. And that's how you get it right there. You just get him to fist it off the bat a little bit, right to the third baseman. It looks like a fastball. You've thrown 3 straight changeups, making him think you're going to throw a fastball. And then you bring a slider at the same height where you would throw a fastball normally. And it looks like a fastball, but really it's a slider. It breaks out on his hands, and that's how you break somebody's bat. So then we're going to start this at bat by setting up the slider low and away. Then we're going to run a changeup down below the plate. Let him take that, run another slider back out here, get him thinking a little bit. So he's thinking slider or changeup. Now those are the only pitches we've shown him. And we're going to put a fastball right here for strike 2. There's strike 2 right there. And now we're going to run one more slider right out here where we threw that fastball so it looks like a ball. And there we go. Just like that, you got yourself a strikeout. You're going to go righty on righty with Volquez. That's how you get yourself a strikeout right there. Set him up, knock him down. Now we've got this prime Josh Hamilton hitting. He's a left-handed hitter. He hits right-handed pitchers really well. He pulls the ball a lot, so your defense is automatically going to shift. You want to go ahead and fix that so that you don't have to worry about them bunting. Now, we haven't thrown a first pitch fastball yet this inning, so we're going to put one right here knowing that he's not going to expect it. That's a strike, but, we got a solid call last at bat. So we'll take that call right there because, they needed a make-up call. We were kind of owed a bad call. All right, so now I'm down a little bit because I haven't put my last 2 pitches where I wanted them. So let's just throw a fastball right there and get back into the count. I wish he would stop practice swinging because it's really annoying. Anyway, we just went fastball. Let's bring a changeup down here, throw his eyes off a little bit. And there you go. Just like that, we're out of the inning. Took on his the top of his order, the first 3 hitters, and got through it just fine. Now it's time to hit. I'm not going to be reviewing my hitters, so I'll just kind of break down my hitting as I go, but you don't really have to worry about that. You're mostly just focused on Volquez for this. But yeah, my top of the order is Prime Phillips, Prime Kemp, Postseason Beltran, Rookie Braun, Prime Teixeira, my DD player, Captain Crunch. Then we have Seattle A-Rod, Prime Mauer, and Volquez. So we're leading off with Prime Phillips. If you've never seen me play before, I like to start my PCI up here and adjust from there. It lets me stay up here and hit fastballs well, and also drop down on changeups with an uppercut and hit homers. I didn't like that changeup. That's not really where I'm looking right now. Bad swing by me right there, but I think we might beat it out with Phillips. Unfortunately, he was able to pick it up and throw us out. Matt Kemp is by far my most steadiest, right-handed hitter. He's currently hitting 298. He usually hits above 300. He's got 83 homers, so you can see I've got a lot of experience with him. And there's another base hit, right as we're talking about it. He's a line drive machine. He's a home run machine. Where I've noticed he hits a lot of homers is when right-handed pitchers hang sliders down here. His swing is very compact and pulls them over the left field wall really often. It's a lot of fun. He's a solid hitter. Now we've got postseason Beltran. I just recently acquired him with tickets in the captain's store. Cost me a lot. Cost me a full 5,500 tickets for a 99 overall player. He's slide stepping as if I were going to steal. I'm not going to steal. That's not something that I do very often. So, and it looks like he has realized that and stopped slide stepping, though he may slide step here. He does not, and he throws me a ball. So we've worked the count full. Now Beltran, I'm expecting a high inside fastball. People like to live there on full counts. He threw it outside, but I was able to get a lot of it. Unfortunately, hit it to the center fielder without getting a base hit. All right, come on, Braun. This Ryan Braun is a little bit of an enigma. It's 95 Braun. He's very, very good. He's absolutely exceptional against lefties and just pretty solid against righties. And, you know, when I started with this Braun, after about 60 at-bats, he was hitting about 450, like nothing I'd ever seen. Almost 500 in 60 at-bats. He had 9 homers, something like 5 triples, several doubles, and he really cooled off after that, and since then he's seen the bench, but he starts against lefties. All right, so just like last time against a righty, we set him up with a slider to begin. This time we're going to go inside with a fastball for pitch number 2. There's that. Now, because we went outside, inside, we're going to go back outside. We're going to go outside, inside, outside. Unfortunately, I hung that and got lucky. That was supposed to be an outside slider, and based on the fact that he swung at that, we can assume he was looking inside, and I think the outside slider would have worked. Unfortunately, I missed with it, so we don't really get to know. But it's okay because we got away with it. Now we're going to go low and inside fastball to start him because we haven't done that yet. Keep him off balance a little bit. Let's put a slider in here on his hands. Maybe we can break a bat. Oh shit, we missed. We got away with it. We missed, but we got away. We're going to try that same pitch again, hoping he's not looking for back-to-back of the same pitches. And just like that, he's above it. He's over it. Get ourselves a ground ball to the second baseman and get out of the at-bat. Get away from prime cargo. Now we got Yadier Molina, possibly the worst player in the history of baseball. We're going to drop a fastball in here for a strike. We don't get the call. No big deal. No big deal. We'll drop a slider down here, change his eye level a little bit. There you go. Now his eye level's off, and we're going to get ourselves a strike down here with a fastball. There we go. There's a strike. Let's put a changeup low in the dirt. Coming off of the fastball away, we'll get a changeup here. Now there I missed really badly. I hung that terribly, but because Yadier Molina is such a terrible baseball player, we were able to get away with it. And here's the thing, you know, with Volquez, really what you're looking at is you're kind of pitching to contact. Because if you really pay attention to it, we've got 128 innings, we've got 110 strikeouts. So he gets a lot of strikeouts, but with that 091 whip and only 110 strikeouts through there, you can see we're keeping guys from getting hits. That's the main thing. We're letting them hit the ball to our fielders. Against right-handed hitters are our best friend. Our opponents, you know, they're hitting 238 with left-handed hitters. They're hitting 168 with right-handed hitters. If they're getting singles, doubles, triples, etc. with left-handed hitters, then when the right-handed hitter comes up with the next at-bat or 2 at-bats later, we're getting that guy out. We're getting pop-ups, we're getting strikeouts, we're forcing double plays. We're keeping them from creating rallies by shutting down their right-handed hitters. And we're doing so with our sliders low and away in the zone. That's how we're getting them. We're setting them up with fastballs, middle out, change-ups low and in, and then we're knocking them out with sliders low and away. That's how you drop people with Volquez. You make them roll over your slider for a double play. You make them line out your change-up low and inside to the left fielder for an easy, quick out. You make them take your fastballs middle out for looking strike 3s, for looking strike 1, strike 2 to help you get back in the count, and then you knock them out with your outside sliders. That's how you get these guys with Flashback Volquez. All right, so let's get back into the game real quick. We're facing this prime Lester. We need to get a little bit of some offense generated.
We got time.
Pardon this loud noise, but I'm gonna open up a drink real fast.
Hey.
I'm not a huge fan of chasing sinkers away. I want you to come to me. I want you to come inside and make me hit. I want to make you pitch to my strengths. Hitting is my strong suit typically, but we're here to review pitchers, so I won't focus too much on hitting tips, but really I'll just kind of express out loud what I'm thinking. So there, now I'm 0-2, I'm protecting. I want something inside, anywhere in here I'm hitting, anywhere outside I'm reacting. I don't want that. That's too far in. That'll just break my bat. We're going to foul off some pitches, make him work for it, run that pitch count up, try to get back into the count a little bit. Maybe we'll get some obvious balls that we can take. And that's a ground out to the shortstop. Tulo's got a cannon, we're out.
He's out.
But that's all right. That's all right. We're here to review the pitcher. We're not here to review the hitters. I'll try to get some hits and win the game, but that's not why we're here. By and large, we're here to see Volquez get some outs. Now, I use X to swing with all of my hitters except for my DD player, Captain Crunch. I use square to swing with him for power swings because he just hits a lot of homers when I do that. I discovered it and I decided to stick with it. Okay, wow. He has his first baseman playing bunt defense, Anthony Rizzo. It's not Votto, it's not Hosmer. No great fielder there. Just regular old Anthony Rizzo playing bunt defense, and he reaches up and makes that catch. So, unfortunately, we don't get a hit there when we deserved one, but it's okay. We got A-Rod batting now. I'm swinging at some pretty terrible pitches so far. We're not running up the pitch count the way I like to normally. And that'll be out number 3. I believe he has Jimmy Rollins playing third base, which makes sense. I mean, he's a shortstop, but the way that the baseball defensive spectrum works is if you play shortstop, that means you're a skilled enough defender that you can play any other position in the infield. For example, when I face right-handed pitchers, I'm annoyed by this guy practice swinging those, so I'm going to make him wait for me to pitch. All right, so now we're facing a lefty. I don't want to lead off with a fastball. And we're going to put a changeup low, and we're going to throw another one low. Because I want to set him up. I want to throw another changeup low. And that's exactly why. He's not going to expect me to throw the same pitch twice in a row if it didn't work the first time. And that's what makes it work the second time. Now we're going to go fastball low and inside. I missed my spot, unfortunately. I want it in the strike zone, right here. And this is something that I like to do with all of my pitchers, not just Volquez. If you throw a pitch and you want it in a certain spot and you don't hit that spot, throw it again. Throw it the very next pitch and try to put it in the spot that you wanted it in the first place. Because no one expects, if you throw a pitch and you fail to throw it the way you wanted to, everyone expects you to abort that pitch. They don't expect you to throw the same pitch again in the spot that you wanted it. And that's what makes it so effective, because no one sees it coming. If you mean to throw a changeup low and you accidentally throw it high, throw a changeup low in the next pitch. If you mean to throw a fastball in the strike zone and you accidentally throw it for a ball, throw it in the strike zone on the next pitch. Don't abandon your idea just because it didn't work the first time. That's how I like to pitch, and I think it's a very effective way because it really gets in people's heads. So there, we set him up with a changeup low, we went fastball outside, and then we brought a slider in. So now we're going to go changeup low and inside. We're going to try to get him to line out to third base. He pulled it. We want him to be late. The idea is we want him to think a fastball's coming so he can be late and hit it to third. Right there, he's early. So now, because he's so early, we can presume that he's, well, we can assume he's looking for a fastball, or he wouldn't be so early in my changeup. So, because we know he's looking for a fastball, we're going to throw him a slider right up here, because it looks like a fastball, but it's not. And there you go. Just like that, he's looking fastball, you throw him a slider in a fastball spot, it looks like a fastball, and he swings early because he thinks it's a fastball, which is what he wants. That's how you get strikeouts right there. You try to determine based on how soon, because when you look at the feedback, you can see whether your opponent was early, late, just late, very early, too late, or good timing. You can see all of those things. And if you throw a changeup and you see that they're early, you can assume they were expecting a fastball. They thought your pitch was a fastball. If you throw a fastball and they're late, they were not looking fastball, or they just don't have good enough reflexes to react to it. So if I throw 3 straight changeups and you're early on all 3 of them, I can assume you're looking for a fastball. At that point, now that I know you're looking for a fastball, I'm going to assume you're looking for it high, because that's where most fastballs are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you a slider that starts high and comes and leaves the zone, so that it looks like a fastball, but it's not, and you swing at it just in time to miss for strike 3. That's my plan. I want to discover, using changeups, I want to discover what you're looking for. If you have good timing or you're late on my initial changeup, you're probably looking for a fastball. At which point you're probably looking for a changeup. At which point I can throw you some fastballs. If you're early, you're probably looking fastball, at which point I just spam changeups and sliders. Alright, so Brandon Phillips got a base hit there. I think he's going to slide step on this first pitch. He is not. Now, because he didn't slide step, I'm going to go ahead and steal second. Now I'm going back. I'm going back to first, because he hesitated, and now I'm in his head. Now he thinks I'm going to go. I'm going to take my step so that he really thinks I'm going to go, and then I'm going to swing right here. Oh, man. That's where you need to get a homer. I got in his head. I made him throw me a fastball, and I just missed it. That's where you got to hit homers right there. When you get in your opponent's head, you know you're in their head, and you're in the position to hit a homer. That's when you got to take advantage. Alright, so it looks like the last time we faced Rollins, we threw him 3 changeups and then a slider. He can see that as well, so let's start him with a fastball this time, because he can see we started him with a changeup last time. Now he's a bunt cheeser, so he's going to try to get a cheap base hit by bunting. We don't care. We are better than him, we are better hitters than him, we are better pitchers than him, we don't mind him trying to do this. And we're going to throw him out at first base just for being a douchebag. Alright, so now we got a righty again. Last time I can guarantee we started him with a slider. We check, and we did in fact start him with a slider. I haven't started him with this pitch yet, so let's see if he can hit it. Let's try him a fastball high and inside and see if he can touch it. And he can. So, I'm going to abuse him. I'm going to assume he sucks and he's a terrible player because he's a bunt cheeser and he can't hit that, so I'm going to throw it to him again. Because I don't think he can hit it.
0-2.
Once more, I don't think you can hit this pitch, sir. I think you are a terrible player. I think you're a bad human being, and you can't hit this pitch. Good night. Sit the fuck down. Go home. Alright, so there goes Dustin Pedroia. We've taken care of him. Last time, we started Hamilton with a changeup. Or, excuse me, with a fastball. Let's go changeup this time. See, he thinks it's a fastball. He checks his swing because it's actually a changeup. Let's throw him a fastball inside this time. Especially... You know, I didn't bother to note this, but we threw Pedroia, last at bat, we threw him 3 straight changeups for a strikeout. So it's only natural, or excuse me, we threw him 3 straight fastballs. So it's only natural that this guy would expect me to keep throwing fastballs, so I threw him a changeup that looked like a fastball. That's how you force people to check swing, because they think it's a fastball, and then suddenly it's not. And that's how you beat them. Now, last time he threw me 6 pitches and he threw 3 changeups down here, so half of his pitches. So I'm going to sit down here and wait for one. And there it was. That's the pitch I was waiting for, but he threw it too low. So now we're back to just sitting normal, which means up here for me. Unfortunately, I dropped my PCI there and did not hit the pitch the way that I should have. Alright, so let's sit high again. Hopefully he throws us another one of those that we can hit very, very far. Really, all we need is 1 run. We need 2 runs to definitely win the game because Volquez is that good. But 1 run, I think, wins us the game anyway, because I don't think I'm going to give up a run to this person. I genuinely think that the combination of Volquez and my bullpen can beat this individual. I think they can shut this individual out. But we need a run. Realistically, we need 2 runs because you're always at jeopardy to give up a solo home run at any time. But 1 run, I think, has a chance to win this game.
1-0.
Now we've got Teixeira batting. Teixeira has been exceptional against righties and very decent against lefties. He does not generally start against righties. Joey Votto does. But what will happen is, if they bring in a lefty to face Votto during the game, I will bring in Teixeira as a pinch hitter, and I will then leave him in. So sometimes he faces righties later in the game after being brought in to pinch hit against a lefty in the middle of the game. And he's been good. You can see on the scoreboard he's hitting .302. And that, unfortunately, is not another one of his hits. But so far, the point of this video is to examine Flashback Edinson Volquez. So far through 4 innings, he has given up 0 hits. He has a no-hitter and actually a perfect game because he hasn't walked either. He has a perfect game through 4 innings. So let's see if we can get Prime Tulo right here. We went for the setup slider and we didn't get it. We came back in with a fastball. A lot of people don't think Volquez can throw that hard because of his 70 velocity rating. But as you can see, that fastball right there just hit 95 and then we hit 95 again. And this person cannot catch up. So we're going to throw a slider out here that starts in a spot that looks like the last 2 fastballs but does not finish there. And that's what you get right there. You get yourself a pop-up. Free out. You got rid of a 99 overall Prime Tulo that could hit some homers against you. You don't even have to worry about that card anymore. I'm very afraid of Prime Cargo. That's a guy that can take the lead in one swing. So we're going to try to abuse some changeups here.
All ones the count.
Because we just threw so many fastballs, we're going to try to abuse these changeups. Because we're guessing that our opponent, well, I should say, I'm assuming that this opponent, this particular guy, is looking for some fastballs. So now we've thrown him 2 changeups. He thinks more changeups are coming. If we throw a fastball, if it's in the zone, I think he'll be late on it. It's not in the zone, so unfortunately that doesn't matter. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to walk this Cargo. Because Molina, the worst player in the history of baseball, is on deck. And I'm not worried about him. I don't concern myself with Yadier Molina. He's really terrible at baseball. And I think that I will get him out quite easily. So that'll be a free out for me. I'm literally just throwing fastballs down the middle because that's how much I'm not afraid of Yadier Molina. Now we're going to strike him out real fast, just to get rid of him.
No, foul.
Yadier Molina will not put the ball in play. That is my promise to you as my viewer. Yadier Molina will not put the ball in play. He will strike out. He will strike out on either a high and inside fastball or a slider low and away. But he will strike out, plain and simple. He keeps managing to foul the ball off, but I'm not worried about it. He will strike out, I promise. Goodbye. That should have been a strikeout. He was lucky enough to get a piece of it, even though he was very late. But he will strike out in this at-bat. Goodbye. Thank you, Yadier Molina. Take a seat, run back to your bench, go home, retire. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the worst player in the history of baseball. Striking out. Because he's terrible. Alright, so we're starting Rizzo with a low changeup. Then we're going to go inside with a fastball. Back him off the plate a little bit. Not that that was intentional. That wasn't my intent, but we'll take it. That's not a big deal. We're fine with that. Now we've got him 1 and 2. And one thing that we haven't done yet, and I'm very scared to do it, but I still think that it's a good idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here for a moment while I contemplate this decision. Now, I'm going to step off. What I think that I've decided is, I'm terrified to do this, but I think it's going to work. Because we haven't done it yet. I'm going to challenge him. Even though it's a lefty, I'm going to throw him a fastball right up here. And it worked. It worked out. Because the ball just really pops out of Volquez's hand. And you can fool people into thinking that that pitch is a strike when it's not. And that's where the damage is done. That's the pitch I should have homered. I can't explain to you why I didn't swing it. So I won't try.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Now, something we may do here is not power swing. I think I'm going to X swing right here. Just to try to fight off some pitches and get Lester out of the game because I'm clearly not hitting him well. Oh, that might get through, actually. Oh, no, it's too low. You're 100% of the time not beating out a throw from Prime Tulo. You can be Billy Hamilton, you can be Ricky Henderson, you can be Usain Bolt, you can be a cheetah. You're not beating out a throw from Prime Tulo. Period, ever, end of story. So unfortunately, Captain Crunch was victimized by Tulo's arm. Now here comes A-Rod. And for some reason, I am swinging at everything. This is my first review video in a long time, so I don't expect all of you to know this. But one thing that I'm very good at in this game is having a good eye. I take a lot of pitches. I make people throw 80 pitches by the 5th inning, 100 pitches by the 7th inning. I get your starter out of there early so I can get to your bullpen and make you work for it. I have not done that this game. However, I will say this. Doing that requires getting a decent amount of hits because you need to make them face more batters. And I only have 2 hits. So I've seen 61 pitches through 5 innings, which is actually not that bad for this game standards. But I only have 2 hits. So if you think about it, I've seen 61 pitches through 5 innings. If I had 5 or 6 hits, I probably would have seen 80 pitches. I should point out, though, because this is a review of Edinson Volquez, Edinson Volquez currently has a no-hitter through 5 1/3 innings. And so far, he's done pretty well. Now, nobody really needs advice on pitching to opposing pitchers because they aren't that good of hitters. But you'll notice, since this is a review, I should go ahead and mention it. You'll notice on that last at-bat against the pitcher, John Lester, I did not lead him with a fastball. A lot of people like to throw high and inside fastballs to pitchers on the first pitch. But here's the thing. You'll notice that I just said that. So, if you are someone who throws high and inside fastballs to the pitcher, you should stop doing that. Because people like me are going to notice that you do it, and we're going to be sitting there ready to swing at it. He just tried to bunt, and then he pulled it back. It was very subtle, but he did it nonetheless. So we're going to bring him in because I actually have Captain Crunch, my creative player, playing third base. He has 99 speed and 99 arm strength. So we don't need to bring him all the way into bunt defense. If he bunts to third base, Captain Crunch will come get it. Trust me. He'll come get it and he'll throw him out.
1-1.
So now he sees my defense in. He knows I'm expecting a bunt. So what happens is when people think that you're expecting a bunt, they think that you'll throw them a fastball to try to make them pop it up. But that's not the case. You don't have to throw them a fastball. You throw changeups because you know they're looking fastball. Now, he's seen me throw 4 straight changeups. He knows I've got to be throwing a changeup here. We're going to bust him high and inside on his hands with a fastball. That's what you get right there. You get a late swing, popping out the ball to left field, just like that. Especially with a guy like Volquez, who has an 80-mile-an-hour changeup and a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. We're going to give him one more inning. We're gonna wait till he gives up a hit, in all honesty. I'm not going to pull him with a perfect game. If his first hit happens to be a homer, I will say this, however, I should put a caveat with that. During the middle of the game, when your pitcher becomes tired, at the top of the screen it will say Volquez getting tired. If at any point during this review it says Volquez getting tired, that will be his last pitch. I will not throw another pitch after it says Volquez getting tired, because when you do that, you open yourself up to giving up a homer. And I won't spoil a good review just by throwing a pitch that I shouldn't throw. So if at any point it pops up at the top of the screen, Volquez getting tired, Volquez will not throw another pitch, even if he has a perfect game going. And that is my promise to you as a viewer. In any review of any pitcher, no pitcher in any review will ever throw another pitch after it says that they are getting tired. Unfortunately, we missed the pitch, but we stole second. That should move the runner to third, at least, because of the way he's going to catch it. He caught it at such a weird angle that'll get Phillips to third. All right, so now we have Carlos Beltran, the best card in the game, with a runner at third in a 0-0 game. We need a run right here. He's gonna walk Beltran. I think that's a great idea. I actually believe that I would walk Beltran as well. However, Braun's no slouch. Now I want him to bring in a righty here. If he brings in a righty, that allows me to bring in either Chu or Ted Williams. And that gives me a lefty on righty matchup. He brings in Sergio Romo. We're gonna bring in Shin-Soo Choo. Because, and I'll explain why, we have the option of Seager, Votto, Chu, or Ted Williams. All three of these people can hit lefties if their life absolutely depends on it. This guy cannot. So, because we know we're facing a righty, Chu is our option. Conveniently, our current batter is a left fielder. So we will switch Chu with Kemp afterwards. And unfortunately, it's a pop-up. All that analysis, all that strategy, all that work for nothing because I decided to swing at a terrible pitch. My apologies to you as the viewer for wasting your time explaining the thought behind that. But had it worked out, all of that thought would have made a bunch of sense and we would have moved on and been great. But alas, it did not. Alright, so we have Pedroia again. We've struck him out twice. Let's set him up with a slider out here. The first time we threw him slider, slider, fastball. I remember it. This time we're throwing him slider, slider, changeup, fastball. Unless he swings at the slider and then he's out. That's why we do it. We want him to either roll over a slider, which you can see is exactly what he did. For some reason, Captain Crunch is still playing in, which I don't understand, but it's not a big deal. We can just fix that very quickly. Now we're going changeup. It's a Hamilton, it's a lefty. We have trouble with lefties because we're a right-handed pitcher. But we have not had trouble with lefties thus far this game. Mauer's going to get that. Let's go! Prime Mauer making plays! Prime Mauer does not care. He gets buckets, he gets outs, he makes diving stops, he hits bombs. Prime Mauer does not care. Shin-Soo Choo, newly inserted into the game, about to get here, get himself an out, move on, let's hit. Volquez is through 7 perfect so far. Alright, we're going to try to be late on this because he has his defense shifted. Unfortunately, I was late, but I hit it into the ground. I was right. I wanted to be late because his defense was shifted right. So when you notice that, you want to hit the ball late, hit it into the left field area for an easy double. That's gone. Captain Crunch just hit us a bomb. Hopefully we can finish the perfect game with Volquez. That would be crazy. I want you guys to know. Okay, I want you guys to know. I have not made a gameplay review. This is my very first one since July, or maybe August. The last gameplay review, and also the first gameplay review, I've only done one all year. It was Prime Justin Verlander. I was feeling frisky one night. I was streaming on Twitch. I had just gotten Verlander. I thought he was really good. I decided to play a friendly game and record a gameplay review. I haven't done it since then. I just moved into a new apartment. We have really great acoustics in here. It's a really great room. I don't have internet tonight. Excuse me, actually, I didn't have internet earlier. I just got internet tonight, and I decided I wanted to record a gameplay review today. And I figured whatever pitcher I get in this first game, I will just introduce the video as that pitcher, and we'll go with it. I happened to get Volquez, and I said, alright, so let's do a Volquez review. This is the very first attempt at this. He is currently through 7 innings perfect. It's not like he got crushed last game, then got crushed again, and then finally I threw a perfect game with him, and that's my review. This is my first try. My first gameplay review since July is a pitcher, and I'm currently through 7 innings perfect. If he pulls this off, if he does this well, I know he will give up a homer because I'm talking about it. But if he somehow pulls this off, I just want everyone to know this was not planned. It's not like I cut all of my other videos until I finally got a great start with him or something like that. This is my first try. even if he doesn't throw a perfect game, even if he doesn't throw a no-hitter, if he completes the shutout or if he gets the win or something like that, that would be amazing. My first attempt at recording a gameplay review. If we pull off a shutout or a win with the player, oh man, that would be so awesome. I hope we do. I hope we pull it off. So right now, we're currently through 7 2/3 innings of perfect baseball. And thanks to Captain Crunch, our resident third baseman, our only PSP, which stands for Power Swinging Pussy, our only PSP on the whole team. Thanks to him, we currently hold a 1-0 lead with Volquez.
All one's the count.
All right, we're going to let him hit because we want to. I mean, we can't pull him through 8 innings perfect. I think he's in the low 80s in pitches. Unfortunately, because of his 85 stamina, he can only throw about 90 pitches. So I'm really scared. I'm really terrified that next inning we're going to throw about 4 pitches, maybe get only 1 out, and then the second or third guy is going to hit a homer. All right, so Corey Seager is my second baseman against right-handed hit pitchers. So we're going to bring him in for Phillips. I know that's a terrible idea because we have a perfect game going and we need defense. But I also just want to get the win, so I want to get this 1 run. He brought in a lefty, so we're going to bring in Tulo. So now we've got Prime Tulo playing second. We will probably switch him with A-Rod, to where A-Rod is playing second and Prime Tulo is playing short for that arm. I want everyone to know I am really, really nervous right now. My heart is beating so fast. My voice is trembling. I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm worried that I'm going to give up this perfect game on video. I'm worried that people are going to think that I planned this, like, that I skipped all of my, like, I know that people are going to say that I skipped my bad videos, or like that I tried to record and had a loss, or like got lit up or stuff like that, but that's honestly not the truth. This is my first attempt at recording this. I happened to get Volquez the first game, and we happened to be perfect through 8 innings. This would be incredible, and if we pull it off, I'm really glad I got to experience it with everyone, because this would be amazing. Oh man, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous.
Yep, he made it.
I would love to get 1 insurance run here, just in case we give up the perfect game. At least we can get him the win, or the shutout. I would love to get 1 run here. We got a hit with Seager. We got a hit with, we got a hit with Prime Tulo. Then we got a hit with Beltran. We got a hit with Tulo and Kim. Can we get a hit with Beltran? Can we keep the streak going?
Ball that's outside.
All right, come on. We worked ourselves a hitter's count. We're 2-1. Come on, Beltran. Come on. Throw me a fastball. That's a foul ball. That's a foul ball. We're good. We're good. Come on, Beltran. Hit a 3-run homer here. Give him some insurance so we can at least finish the game with him, even if we give up a run. That's not going to get the job done. But I want to send Tulo to third, but he needs to get back to second quickly. He did not get back in time, so we're going to send him back to second. All right, now we should have Shin-Soo Choo hitting. That's fine. Shin-Soo Choo is amazing. If he brings in a lefty, which I think he will not. Okay, so Choo is going to hit right here. That should have been a homer. I apologize. I did not make a very good swing there. I will do better next time. I will not do better next time. Instead, I took strike 2. But whatever. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Come on, Choo. That's a ball. He only has fastball, knuckle curve, 2 seams. So we're looking fastball or curveball, essentially. I believe this next pitch will be either a high inside fastball or a curveball. So we're going to start here and adjust. If it's a curveball, we'll drop. If it's not, we won't. Unfortunately, we did not drop, but it was strike 3. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. It's time. First, let's get Tulo back to shortstop where he belongs. Let's move A-Rod to second with that speed. Here we go. It's time. Volquez is entering the 9th inning. Perfect through 8. That's a ball.
0-1, no strike.
All right, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to throw you a fastball here. You're either going to tie it or it's going to be strike one. Okay, we'll be strike one. I'm going to throw you another one. You didn't swing. I don't think you can hit it. Oh, no. Oh, we got away with it. That was a terrible pitch. I missed my spot horribly, and we got away with it. I'm going to throw him one more a little further inside. He hit it. All right, now I think a slider will do the trick. Actually, he was late again. I'm not going to mess with it. If we got a good thing going, let's not mess with it. Let's throw him one more up here. We got him. We got him. We're through 8 1/3. Guys, my heart is racing. My heart is absolutely racing. Oh my goodness, I'm so terrified that I'm going to blow this. Come on, Volquez. Come on, Volquez. You're my guy. You're my boy. We got this. We got this, Volquez. Come on. Oh man, I thought he hit a homer. I was so scared. I don't think you can hit this fastball, sir. I really don't. Got him. Got him. One more out. Come on, Volquez. One more out. One more out. We are 8 2/3 into a perfect game. In Volquez's YouTube debut. Oh, I hate this. He brought in a bunt guy. He brought in a bunt cheeser. Oh man, he brought in a bunt cheeser. I'm gonna have to bring the defense in. And when I do, it's gonna leave me open to him hitting it for a base hit to third base. I'm terrified of this if he pulls it off. Oh, I don't know what to do. If I bring him in, I don't know if I can throw him out. If I make him bunt defense, he might get a hit. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna chance it. We're gonna put him at bunt defense and chance it. He just checked to see where my defense was at, and we're in bunt defense. Come on, Mauer. Make your play, Mauer. We got him! We got him! That's a perfect game from Volquez! That's a perfect game! We were doing an Edinson Volquez review. Very first try. First review in my new apartment. My very first game, even, in my new apartment. First review since July. First game of 2017, actually. I haven't played this game since 2017 began. Perfect game with Edinson Volquez. Unbelievable. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to just prove it real fast. Volquez. 9 innings, no hits, 1 walk. I'm a fucking idiot. It actually was not a perfect game. It was, in fact, a no-hitter. With 7 strikeouts. Unbelievable. Still a 9-inning shutout no-hitter against a 1928. Let's go! Unbelievable. What a game. Unreal. What a fantastic game by Mr. Edinson Volquez. That is 78 overall. Flashback Edinson Volquez. Unreal. Look at this card. Everyone hates on him. Everyone says you can't pitch well with Silver Volquez. He's only 78 overall. How can you pitch well with a 78 overall? That's how. That's how you throw a fucking no-hitter. Right there. Once again, this is BoilerBoy14. You can call me Brady. You can call me Boiler. I don't care. But what you can't call me is a guy who hasn't thrown a no-hitter. However, what you can call me is a guy who thought he threw a perfect game but actually threw a no-hitter. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't believe this happened by chance. Have a great night, everyone.